This is my late night snack sketching session, and late at night, I just feel like turning out a sketch about thinking about an idea, something maybe that I may have started thinking about during the day, and I find it very, very therapeutic to do something like this at night. So, this is my pocket diary on which I'm using my drawing fountain pen, which has a very nice fude nib, which so basically I can draw different thicknesses of lines without actually changing the pen, and I find that very helpful, because when I'm actually drawing out a sketch, my mind is working freely. I don't want to change pens or to really make bolder strokes or make lighter strokes or to fill up my drawing with a solid hatch. So I was thinking about this corridor which I wanted to do in some basic stones, and the thing about using basic stones is that the pattern starts to become much more important. When we use some exotic stones, the nature has gifted such stones with some fantastic, wonderful patterns that we don't need to put in so much effort. And the material speaks for itself. But when we're working with little more basic materials, and the pattern has to really be very important. And I was thinking, what different pattern can I do? So I wanted to keep the base a little classical, but yet give it a little bit of a twist, make it give it some difference. And I was thought about that, started toying with an idea about doing the pattern a little unconventional manner, and I was doing this sketch, and it was going okay at the beginning, but finally I didn't think it was reaching anywhere. So started doing a new sketch, and yeah, initially I thought this will be this entire. So I'm trying to figure out. I'm doing a 7 feet wide corridor. I'm dividing it into 3 parts, each section being about 2 feet 4 inches. But I realized once I completed the sketch that in fact, if I think of the whole thing as half a section and double it up, it'd be better. So I prefer doing a little following a mathematical grid even when I'm doing sketches, because finally it's something that turns out to be accurate and implementable. When I started drawing, I had a pattern in mind, but finally while doing it, some other idea occurred to me, and I started just trying to start to draw out whatever really naturally occurred to me at that moment. And I've realized if you just start drawing, start sketching, start spending time with paper, the solution will emerge. The design will largely flow through you rather than at times you feel from you. It's just ultimately there's nothing else but spending time on paper. So as I developed, I thought these could be my darker pieces. Let's say for now I have black in mind. Maybe I do something like a black kadapa stone. It's a beautiful, very soft, earthy black color. And then these I thought could be my lighter material, whatever is closest to white that I'll be able to get. And I'm using a little lighter hatch for it. All like I said, all using the same pen. I'm really started using this pen recently, and I'm already it's become my favorite pen. And then actually I thought, why not actually, instead of making it very asymmetrical, why don't we add some symmetry to it and replicate this on the other side? And now think of this whole width as the width of my corridor. There's a movie based on, I think, a John Grisham novel, which has Gene Hackman and Tom Cruise, and it's a fantastic movie. And one of the most interesting dialogues I've ever heard, that uh, Gene Hackman is getting ready and is very wonderful with his words in that movie, as he is with most of his movies, in fact. And he says that he's getting ready, I think shaving, and he says to Tom Cruise that, I believe that I can good as look as you. I'll just need twice as long to get ready. So something like that. It just and it was so interesting that it just meant that even if one doesn't have as much as talent as maybe someone who is but has more talent, definitely say someone has lesser talent than someone else. If you're just at it for long enough, hard enough, you can do just as well. But it's a that movie is a must watch. So what I'm finally thinking is maybe I do 3 types of stone over here: the darkest one, the medium, and the lightest. So when I'm designing, I'm not at that moment not giving a lot of importance to the material itself. I first want to get my designs um, clear. I don't want to make something that is so material dependent that it cannot be substituted with another material, because the strength of design uh, should stand above the material selection, is my core belief. So this looks interesting to me. Maybe I'll do the corridor design in this manner. The stone I have in mind is a light Indian marble, not very white, but a very light Indian marble, which I've seen. A little, then a grey one, then a much darker one. Could also be black granite. I'll do that selection and I'll post the next video.